Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do a story, but first we're going to talk a little bit about what this writing lesson is about. I've written or drawn a train. It has an engine at the beginning, it has a car in the middle, and it has a caboose on the end. So trains have beginning, B, middles, M, and end, end. Stories do too. When you're writing, your story will have a beginning, where it starts, a middle that tells all the parts, and an end that ties it all together. And so we're going to be reading this story called Knuffle Bunny, and it's by Mo Willems. In this story, you'll see a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it also has a lot of time words. Those are words that tell us like when this happened. So if you're listening to a fairy tale, you might hear once upon a time, or you might hear in a story last Sunday, or when I was little. These words kind of tell when things happened. A lot of times you'll hear words like next and then at the end you might hear words like finally or in the end. And those words are helping to tell the story by putting it in order, like when did this happen? There's a poster that has some time words on it that you might want to review with your family. We're going to read Knuffle Bunny now. Listen for some of those words that tell time. Knuffle Bunny. This book is very well loved, so it's a little flimsy. Not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. Trixie and her daddy went down the block, through the park, past the school, and into the laundromat. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. She even got to put the money into the machine. Then they left. There's that word, then. But a block or so later, Trixie realized something. Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Aggle, flaggle, clabble." "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." "Aggle, flaggle, clabble," said Trixie again. "Blaggle, blabble. Womby flappy, snurp." Trixie's not happy. "Now please don't get fussy," said her daddy. Well, she had no choice. Trixie bawled. Wah! She went boneless. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. As soon as Trixie's mommy opened the door, she asked, "Where's Knuffle Bunny?" The whole family ran down the block, and they ran through the park. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked. But Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. So Trixie's daddy decided to look harder until Knuffle Bunny. And those were the first words Trixie ever said. So let's think about this story. What happens at the beginning of this story? Well, the beginning, Trixie, I'm writing these words, Trixie and her dad go to the laundromat. In the middle, Knuffle Bunny is missing. And Trixie is not happy. And then in the end, they find Knuffle Bunny, right? All good stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, I realize that you are writing in a journal, and for that reason, it might seem a little harder. You might want to use 3 pages for your story. You might even take paper and fold it to make a book, and then draw 1 page with a beginning, 1 page with a middle, and 1 page with an end. Today, I would like you to start writing a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Think of something that's happened in your life, a small moment like we saw in the roller coaster story. And try to stretch that out by telling what happened first, next, and last. I'd love to see what you wrote today. If you'd like to share a video, you can do that below.